Carl and Brendan here from Games, Brains and a Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short. Are you feeling a little down the dumps? Are you feeling a little bit blue? Do you need cheering up? Do you need picking up? Do you need someone to tell you that you're not alone? It is Andrew W.K's You're Not Alone, my choice for this battle reaction, chosen because I've been waiting and looking, and I thought I want to put an Andrew W.K one in because I think we talked a fair bit about Andrew W.K in a Bloodstock video a few weeks back, and it thought let's follow that up by doing one of my favorite songs of his, that one of the songs that kind of reinvigorated my love of not just him as a musician but the man himself. This comes from the album You're Not Alone from 2018. This was the album I had listened to Andrew W.K since he was a hit back in whatever it was with Party Hard and all that. And I remember this came out and I remember thinking like, you need a bit of variety, put it on, you can write it for the site and it could be fun. And I love this album. I love this album for one major reason, which is basically it's just one elongated motivational speech. And I love that because this album is pure positivity. And it's pure feel good, and it's pure heart and passion from a guy that believes in this, does it in, in real life, and expresses it in wonderful, wonderful ways. So I thought, let's choose this track, and because this is one of the highlights for me. Brendan, are you aware of this track on this album?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'll tell you why, because obviously, historically, I know Andrew W.K. I know who he is from being young. And then I know, so I don't know how old I would have been when Party Hard came out. I would have been young enough.
Yeah.
I would have also been old enough that I know that even if I don't remember feeling this way, I know myself well enough to know that I would have been like, fuck this ain't true metal. I know I would have been, so, and then there's like a significant amount of decades gap where I will not have listened to or followed anything that Andrew WK was making or doing or anything at all. But as far as I would probably concern, the man had disappeared into the ether after one hit wonder or something like that. That's probably where
totally fair. Yeah.
And it was only through you, not just in the most recent videos that we did, but also like in the past, not like long ago, but over the last couple of years, you've mentioned him a few times. You've mentioned him a fair bit. I feel like at some point, probably not as part of these battle reactions, I don't think. I think it might have just been something else we maybe have listened to or watched or something like that. Another Andrew WK song that's not Party Hard. I don't know if this is that one. Genuinely, that, like, you know what I mean? So like, I haven't even like, I now I'd like to think I'm a little bit more of a mature and wise ahead and all that sort of stuff. So I have no like youth style, he's not metal, the sort of feelings or anything like that about him anymore. At all, so I've heard a lot of what you said about his positivity or his aim to try and achieve positivity and to push that motivational sort of message and that, and I think that's cool as fuck. So while I still don't listen to the man, I now have plenty of respect for the man. But I don't know if this is one of the songs I've ever heard or not. I know that I've only, I think, heard 3 songs in my whole life by Andrew WK. One being Party Hard, one being the other song that came out around the same time, his second one, but I don't remember what it was called.
Oh yeah, I can't remember that one.
It was
either.
very similar to Party Hard, man. It was very difficult. I try and do it in my head and I just end up back in Party Hard. And the third one, I don't remember which one it is, but it was in more recent years, after knowing about him being positive, but I do not know if this is the one or not. Right,
I found it while you were right, and I was thinking, what have we done with Andrew WK? So I found a track by track for I Get Wet. I did that with Lou, but then I found in October 27th, 2021, so almost a year ago, we did Take It Off by Andrew WK. Right. Weirdly enough, I won that one. I've just checked as well. That was back when you drag your ass all the way over here to do it in person. So
we can argue you're playing it safe here then.
I get. Here's the thing, right? I think I'm playing it safe because I know you like positive music. I know you like upbeat stuff as well, like that. So I feel like this is quite safe, really. And it's only 3 minutes and 6 seconds long, so it's not too hefty.
And there's something seriously sacrilegious, isn't there, about listening to a man who embodies and pushes positivity, singing a positive motivational song, and then me trying to find a negative in that.
Well, you're a viewer, see it that way. Yeah,
I'm sure I'll find something if I want to.
Right, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, go. What's the video?
Seductively placed microphones.
I fucking love that video.
The video I think it's a bit wank, to be honest, but like
okay,
that's fine. It's just like a fucking contrasted colors or whatever. Like it's like somebody putting an Instagram picture up with a fucking weird filter on it. So
fair.
I like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed him sort of letting loose and all that. I thought that was cool. I guess it kind of goes, his actions go with the song, but the mad color schemes and the black teeth and all that sort of stuff doesn't have anything to do with the song in any way whatsoever.
True. Yeah,
that's just to me that would have been as good a video, if not it would have been a much better video if it had just been normally shot and that was him rocking out and singing. Like, it didn't need the weird fucking contrasting colors and all that, but that's just a video, so it doesn't really matter that much. So it's kind of strange as a song. It doesn't really feel like a song. Okay, it feels like, it just sounds stupid, like a speech, a prayer, something like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's quite short It doesn't really have like a song structure to it. Like it does, but it's all very, very short. It's like the verse, there's a tiny solo, there's a verse, that sort of thing. But it doesn't feel like a song because it's over so very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And you know, so like that is quite odd. I found I did at some point go, oh, I found lyrics, I'll read the lyrics, and then I realized I could just clearly hear every word he was saying, so I stopped.
Oh yeah. Why
am I
you
reading
don't
these?
need it.
No.
Let me just jump in there. Would it help you to know that it is the last track on the album?
I mean, I kind of thought it might be. I was thinking in my head, this sounds like this is probably a closing thing. But like, and if I'd have done this as a track by track, I would have said, all right, look, the last song is really, really cool. It's very, very nice. It's the equivalent of While She Sleeps saying thanks to all their fans. But it's not a proper song. That's what I probably would have said. That doesn't mean I don't like it. You know what I mean? But like, that's what I kind of feel like. It's like, here's a thanks for like listening to the album. I hope everyone's got something out of it. And here's a little closing kind of piece. Like the credits would roll over this sort of thing. You know what I mean? Which again, I'm not trying to. That's not a diss. That's just the feelings I got from it. I felt like, okay, it's not a full-on song. It didn't feel like a full-on song. I quite enjoyed the little solo. You know, simple enough, but it was still quite nice. Lyrically, it's very nice. Obviously, of course, it is. It's very, you know, it's very interchangeable. Really, it's one of those kind of like it's positive and it's motivational, but it's also not specific. So therefore, you can apply it to pretty much anything. You know, you could apply it to coming out of a funeral and trying to lift yourself back up. You could also apply it to, hey, I just bought a house or I got a job. You know what I mean? Like it kind of works well. So in that way, it's a very, very fucking good piece of writing because, you know, to be able to motivate, but then to be able to use a simple verse and motivate any scenario is like probably, I guess, the ambition of all motivational writers out there anyway. So, you know, in that case, it's very effective. It's nice. That's the thing. I think maybe because you built it up quite a lot, I was expecting to be like to come out of it with like tears running down, to feel different inside. Like, do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? But I didn't. I come out thinking, oh, that was nice. And because of that, I felt like deflated because I don't know, I guess in a way he's demotivated me because the people that are motivated by him have built it up so much so that there was no way in the world I was ever going to be that motivated. So therefore I'm now demotivated. So you've all broken Andrew W.K's message, man.
Is that classic mistake we both made where we build something up too much before we show it? Yep.
But what I like about it is, like, I mean, I like the man. I like the lyrics. I like the vocals. I like what he's doing. I like his message. It's very listenable. He's very listenable. He has a nice voice, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's a win because it's enjoyable. But it wasn't clear cut because and the biggest reason being is just that it didn't feel like a proper song. If it was nice, but it didn't feel like I was reacting to a song here. It was like somebody was like, "Oh, we're just gonna have some people read a prayer." Brendan, what did you think? I was like, well, "That's nice," but
no, okay, I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, I have that regret where I'm like, I shouldn't have built that up so much because what I take from something isn't necessarily always going to be what someone else takes from it. And because everything you say makes complete sense in my head, of course, it isn't a song in that sense. It is very much to me like an extended outro, a goodbye, a final message from this motivational speech of an album. And that's important, you know, but it just, a major part for me is that piano melody, that like that's a very Andrew W.K thing. But what I liked was how it was familiar, how it's familiar, but it's not being used in the expected, oh, right, here we go, party way, you know?
Yeah, it's got quite upbeat music. You know, although the solo isn't particularly, the solo doesn't feel upbeat. The solo has that more like emotional sort of sound, especially as it ends. So, you know, like they're sort of like holding down the higher pitched notes and letting them ring out, that sort of thing. But it's quite an upbeat song, which I guess it has to be motivating. I think there's also a little bit of this, and like, I don't know this, like I would imagine a psychologist would have a field day with this sort of stuff, but like, you know, you and I, for the most part, listen to music that is not always, it doesn't deal with motivation always through positivity. It often deals with motivation by having the same issues as you may have, or by highlighting issues, or by talking about them, and therefore it's quite seen, especially from the outside world, as quite a negative music, even though for the people within it, that negativity can actually work the opposite way and can make you feel more positive, because then you feel not alone and you feel like that sort of stuff. So it's quite, because I don't listen to like, not Andrew W.K, but I don't think I like I would say, like, if I was to go through like my music, I'd struggle to pull out like more than 1 or 2 or 3% of all of my music, which you would put down as in like, this is especially motivational. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't know if there's also a little bit which is just like my own sort of subconscious of being, I don't know, like not adjusted to this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I like not quite syncing with it. Not that I don't like it and I don't enjoy it and all that, but not quite like in that right. I don't know, like not used to it almost, you know.
No, I think that's really well put. I think I don't really think I can add anything to that. I think it's a really interesting way to look at it as well. As you said, it's almost deserving of a deep dive, but that's not for us to do.
No.
Or to, you know, we'll just listen to our music and hopefully get motivated from wherever it needs to be. That is Andrew W.K's You're Not Alone. It is a win for me, as Brendan said, even if it's got a hashtag, a star next to it. I'll take it nonetheless. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?